But Apple and BlackBerry to another generation means a computer and a cell phone. You didn't get that. The computer, Apple, and the phone made by BlackBerry. Okay. Some of us have sticks. Some of us have walking sticks. Some have selfie sticks. Yeah, you didn't get that one either. But we all got sticks. The psalmist, 4 points, and I'm done, Grace. And I want to be slow with this and very clear and concise because we have the young people with us this morning. And this is what Reverend Watson is trying to instill in them. This is what she and Janine are trying to instill in the young folks, that no, it's not about what you see before you, but the people who are sitting in the congregation, they are not what they are. They are not what they used to be. God is still working on them, and so they can begin to look at you as someone who we can talk to when we have situations going on in our lives, that they are not distant. We are not so holy that we can't help anybody else. Well, I hope we're not. So he says, David has this issue in the 71st Psalm, and in verses 17 and 18, he has come to the conclusion that there has to be a closing of the generational gap. And he basically gives us 4 points. Then we'll conclude. But he gives us 4 points of how we can close the generational gap. Tell somebody, we're going to close the generational gap. Tell somebody else, we're going to close the generational gap. 4 things, and I'll let you get out of here. The first thing that he says in verse 17 is, "O God, you have taught me from my youth." I shared with you earlier that we have all been young, but here's what David is saying here. There have been times in his life and in all of our lives, we have made some immature decisions. All of us have made some immature decisions. We made some bad decisions in relationships. You ain't got to say amen to me. I can see it on your face. We've made some bad decisions when it comes to friends. We've made some not so good decisions when it comes to the people that we've hang around. We've made some bad decisions, and those decisions were made because one of 2 things. We were either trying to defy the wisdom that somebody shared with us, or we chose to be rebellious and disobedient. And so we carry the scars of what it's like to be disobedient. And here's what we have to share with our young people, that yes, all of us have made some immature decisions, but I have at least enough wisdom to share with you that I don't want you to make the same mistake that I made. You don't know that some of the stuff that I did even before you were born. You don't know that I did some stuff that was contrary in the eyesight of God. You don't know. I can't criticize you for going to the club because I used to go to it myself. Let me pull that back. I can't criticize you because I still sneak down to the club every night. What the pastor do? No, Grace, I don't go to the club. Somebody texting it right now. Some pastor said he went to the club. No. But at least when you went to the club, you got up and came to church Sunday morning. Come on, somebody. Which means that it demonstrates that a change is going on in your life. You are the evidence of change that's happening. So we can't be too critical of somebody else, even of the young folk, because they're just trying to change themselves. And so we have to understand that some of us were immature. Let me take you here. We have used some very obscene language. And it has not been beneficial to our inward parts. My grandmama used to say, if you keep on using that language, I'm going to take a bar of soap and clean or wash your mouth out. Now, let me tell you how foolish I was. I bit a bar of soap one time. Nasty, bitter. I mean, leaves this film in your mouth. So not only was I rebellious of what she said, I tried it anyway myself. Only to find out that it was just a cliche. She wasn't going to really put no soap in my mouth there. But we still use obscene language. And it doesn't have to be the extreme language, but there are some of our children, listen to this, Grace, and I mean this. There are some of our children whose souls are affected because of the language that the parents use to describe them. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about. And some of those grandchildren are yours. Some of those children are yours. We have to show them that, yes, we have been immature before as well. But we thank God that old things pass away, and behold, all things become new. Is there a witness in the house today that just want to thank God that you are not what you used to be, that you're glad of where you are right now, but you know God is not done with you yet? So yes,